All right, let's focus on the nose. I think I'm going to also record a little video to follow this one, just kind of talking about how to get a job in the game industry. And the reason for this is because I have students who are giving up on their dream of being an artist to work for jobs that they don't necessarily care for. And I've actually been there. I've left the industry and got a master's in teaching. And I was a Chicago public school teacher for a while. And though I loved the job and it was fulfilling, I was miserable because I wasn't doing what I loved to do. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and if that helps in any way to anyone, just stick with it. But I'll do that in a subsequent video. But for now, let's look at how to sculpt the nose. And also, please don't give up. If you feel like you're struggling with this and your character doesn't look like mine, just keep practicing. This is really just the generic head. It's not meant for yours to look like this. It's just to get all the features down. So please stick with it. Don't give up on your art dreams. There are jobs, all the other good stuff. And I'll expand on this later. I know it's a weird way to start kind of a classroom tutorial, but anyway. So here's this head. Now for the nose, I'm going to select the head and I'm going to hit tab and I'm going to go to sculpt mode. Now inside of sculpt mode, if you hit Control D, you can toggle on dyno topo. Now if you've already meshed it, so let me hit Control R to remesh that head, and then you hit Control D. Well, I guess sometimes you'll get a pop-up that says, hey, just go ahead and hit remesh anyway. All right, my next brush that I love to use is this clay buildup brush, and I like it for adding and removing clay. See that? Now what I'm going to do in here is, with dyno topo on, is I tend to just kind of mark where I think the nostrils should go. So something like this. And then with the grab tool later, you can move that around. And then what I do is I fully flatten the sides of this nose. So I'm going to hit F to expand that, and then G. And I pull these in a lot more from the front. And I'm going to pull this up. Now I'm going to hit 5 on the keyboard. Another thing you can do is hit tilde, and that gives you all the different front. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this before for those of you using a laptop back. So you can do front, bloop, and that'll give you the orthographic front view. Something else to notice is if that doesn't work for you where you hit tilde, is you should go to your edit and then preferences. And I believe, let's see. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's right here. See where it says navigate tilde action? If it's on gizmo by default and you press tilde, notice it brings up move, scale, rotate. Those guys. I like to have that on here, navigate. So it's really up to you. So back to the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pull this stuff up so it's almost just kind of giving me a little bit of flatness there. And then what I'm going to do is grab my clay brush here and just add a little bit of fat to the side of the nose. Just kind of making a little box. See that? Now, the way to get it so that it really identifies where the nose is, right? So there's our little nose. You can give them a little like butt in the front to kind of push that. Is I'll grab something. I'll grab like this little brush here, which is my draw. There's also the draw sharp, which is nice. You can go in here, and I just sort of trace a line. So you want to hold Shift to kind of clean up the geo around this area before you do this. And then I go in here. And I go pretty small, and all I'm doing is I'm drawing a sharp line all the way from around the nose into the nostril. And then now when you look at the nose from a distance, you can see it really identifies where that's at. And then you can hit Shift and just kind of soften that up just a little bit. And I'm really just doing that on the outside. You can see there it is. Now his nose is a little too wide, so I'm just going to grab my grab brush and just push that in a little bit, and then I'm going to I like to give the tip of the nose, make that a little bit rounder and then sharper, and then I pull the nostrils out a little bit, and then I pull that into the inside of the face. So that's kind of my trick to making a nose. Now remember, I'm kind of exaggerating all of the features because I want to use this head, this generic head, for other cartoon characters, or to be honest with you, even realistic ones. Like if you pull this in and you just start grabbing and moving, ideally you'd make the eyes a lot smaller if you're doing something realistic for a realistic generic head. All right, so that's enough of the, looks like Looks like I somehow grabbed this. I'm just gonna hold shift, smooth that out, and then pull. So there we go, not too bad. All right, I think that's good for now. If you want to, play with the different proportions of the nose, this is a little too boxy, so you could always kind of tweak that. So it's something like that. All right, that's it for now.